Performance and pricing leaks mean AMD's 9070 XT will destroy Nvidia's RTX 5000 cards. But before I get to that, Nvidia just released driver-level frame generation, and Nvidia's new cards released, and they're gone. Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. Okay, it's news time, and first up for today, as many of you know, Nvidia promised that their new DLSS 4 would come with day zero support for 75 games and apps. And in my video where I give you the first 4 things to do with your RTX 5000 card, I discuss the fact that those 75 games and apps come from a new feature in the Nvidia app called DLSS Overdrive. And if you want to know how to do all of that, I'll have that video right here somewhere. Either way, in Nvidia's announcement update for DLSS 4 and the driver support for the RTX 5000 series, they actually announced something brand new called Smooth Motion. And as you can see right here, it says, GeForce RTX 50 series gamers can now also enable Nvidia Smooth Motion, a new driver-based AI model that delivers smoother gameplay by inferring an additional frame between 2 rendered frames. For games without DLSS frame generation, Nvidia Smooth Motion is a new option for enhancing your experience on GeForce RTX 50 series GPUs. Basically, this is driver-level frame generation. And obviously, AMD has been doing this for quite a while with their fluid motion frames, but it is great to see Nvidia also supporting something similar, though I will say that AMD's fluid motion frames is supported by multiple generations of GPUs, while this obviously is only supported with their RTX 5000 series. And next up for today, Nvidia's RTX 5000 cards recently released for about a second. That's right, it's happening again. The wild part is the fact that Nvidia already knew this. Just before they were released, you can see right here in Nvidia's forum, this is a staff member of Nvidia. It says this: we expect significant demand for the GeForce RTX 5090 and 5080 and believe stockouts may happen. Nvidia and our board partners are shipping more stock to retail every day to help get GPUs into the hands of gamers. Oh, we think it may happen. Well, let's take a look. Oh look, RTX 5080. Yeah, they're all gone. And they pretty much sold out instantly. What about the 5090? Oh, yeah, they're gone too. Oh, look, no, they're not completely gone. You can get one for $4,000. I mean, this is wild. We're talking even the Founders Edition, $4,300. Please don't spend this. Just please. Especially don't do it on eBay, because it almost certainly means that these are people who used bots to purchase these. And yeah, you really don't want those people to profit, because then they're going to want to do it more. That's the only way to stop scalpers. Either way, yeah, we've seen this before, although at that time it seemed like it more had to do with cryptocurrency and all the demand from that for Ethereum that was going on at the time. But I don't know. I mean, the wild part is that if Nvidia knew that it was going to go this quickly, which given the fact that they actually told us beforehand that it'll probably go out of stock, they likely did know. Why not just wait a little bit longer so you can have enough stock to meet the demand, or at least meet the demand for more than a millisecond? And lastly for today, it looks like AMD's next-gen RX 9070 XT could destroy Nvidia's RTX 5000 series. This one has a couple different stories to it, so I am going to get to some performance numbers, but this goes hand in hand with the actual pricing. Oh, and if you love keeping up with all the latest PC hardware news like this, make sure you subscribe to GamerMeld and hit that bell icon. And first up, there was originally this story by a Bulgarian retailer where they actually talk about the 9070 XT. And they're very vague about it for obvious reasons, but basically what they state is that they were a little bit surprised when the pricing of this was close to the RX 7900 XT, but he thought that was a little odd given like the performance targets and things like that, rather than it being say around the 7800 XT. So a lot of people were thinking we could actually be seeing upwards of $899 for the RX 9070 XT. And obviously that would be fairly expensive. Now, sounds like they're actually thinking that AMD is lowering this price, and given the fact that they thought it was absurd, that seems to be the case. But since this, AMD's own Frank Azor has actually commented on it on X, where he says this. It says, while we aren't going to comment on all the price rumors, I can say that an $899 USD starting price point was never part of the plan. Basically, whichever one is right or telling the truth or whatever it is, whether Frank Azor is just kind of saying this or the other person is wrong, it doesn't really matter, because both of these statements make it very clear that AMD is not pricing it probably anywhere near that. I mean, given the fact that Frank Azor actually outright commented on it and stated this was never part of the plan, means that this price is way higher than what they're actually planning. And I know I'm seeing some things, it does seem like they're more or less guesses, but looks like around $599, maybe $650, maybe even $499. I believe I've seen that pricing, but basically far less than $899. And this brings me to the performance. As you can see right here, this actually comes from a new video by Moore's Law is Dead, where, well, this graph right here is a little bit older, but basically he shared some information regarding some older benchmarks that AMD had actually done with the 9070 XT. Then he actually talked about the target of it, and it does sound like they are actually going to reach their target, which is 1.03 times the performance of the RTX 4080. And he actually took that, and obviously this is not going to be exact to a science or anything like that, but kind of compared it to what we will see as far as versus the RTX 5080, 4080 Super, things like that. And as you can see, it's right at the performance of the RX 7900 XTX. Now, this of course is rasterization, but from what we're hearing about their RDNA 4 GPUs, AMD is getting a massive boost in ray tracing as well. So if they can get anywhere near Nvidia's GPUs in ray tracing, as you can see here, that means they are very close to the RTX 5080. Obviously, it doesn't match it. It is beat, but if this thing can be priced anywhere near $500 or even $550, $600, even $650, that would completely blow Nvidia's RTX 5000 cards out of the water. I mean, obviously, when we're talking the 5090, that is just in a league of its own, but it would crush the 5080. It would likely really hurt the 5070 Ti and 5070. It would almost definitely force Nvidia to massively lower prices. Not only that, but according to this, the regular RX 9070 is actually slightly faster than the 4070 Ti, but slightly lower than the 4070 Ti Super, meaning this one, depending on the price, could also completely crush Nvidia's lower end cards. Basically, AMD's next-gen 9070 XT and 9070, if this does end up being correct and the pricing is anywhere near what we're kind of thinking at this point, AMD's next-gen could completely obliterate Nvidia's RTX 5000 series. So while that does it for today, are you getting as excited as I am about AMD's next-gen RX 9000 cards? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And as always, have a great day.